Hi, Jackie. Can you just say a little bit about who you are?
Hello, my name is Jackie Harrison and I belong to Salford Healthy Communities Jewish team. I'd like to tell you a little bit about my experience of volunteering and the reason that I joined.
Okay, Jackie, what does it mean to be a cancer champion?
I feel I'm making a difference to people's lives and hopefully saving their lives. I was approached a few years ago at a seniors event at Bowel Hill Park and asked to join Salford Healthy Communities Collaborative. I was told it was about talking to people about signs and symptoms of cancer. I readily agreed as my mother had ignored the signs. Oh, she wanted to go to Australia to visit my sister to see her first grandchild. She was there 6 months and on her return she had to have a major op, and it makes me cry even thinking about it. It was heartbreaking and difficult for her, and she was so brave and never complained. Because of this family history, my sisters and I are very aware of the symptoms. And if we have any blood or any other abnormal symptoms, we go to the GP right away. I had a recent colonoscopy. Because of COVID, the actual non-urgent referrals were put back. But I got a phone call and I was told there was an appointment. I could have an appointment in 2 days' time. I thought, right, Mummy, I looked up at the sky, I said, Mummy, I'm not leaving myself. I said, okay, I'll have it. I was frightened because of the COVID, but I would reassure anybody I had this test at Salford Royal. They were fantastic. They put all safety precautions in place. I went in an ambulance, came home in an ambulance, just 2 people masked up, had to wear a mask, obviously in the hospital. They were fantastic. So I would say to anybody that's got any symptoms, this is what I want to stress. The NHS want people to refer. They want people to talk to the GPs.
Thank you, Jackie. That's really helpful. I think what you described there was the kind of core, simple messages about not ignoring the signs and the symptoms. And I think you're just sharing that, the personal fears, really, fears of why people don't go forward. And they think that, I suppose, it's putting it out of your mind. Jackie, I suppose I'm just conscious that, is there particular things that you think that might be helpful in particular communities about what to start a conversation at home or in the family about cancer awareness from your experience?
Well, I think it's important to talk about it. You see, years ago, it was the big C. Mm-hmm. People didn't talk about it. They're frightened. Even if it was mentioned, they wouldn't talk even to the families. I'll tell you something else which really upset me. My parents never told us that Mummy only had 2 years to live. And they never told us. I think nowadays people are more open. This is like 30 years ago. It was more taboo then. And I just think if you have got, whatever you've got, share it with your families. You need to talk about it, not to keep it to yourself. So it's good, I think to share, to talk, whatever your health issues are. I mean, at the moment, mental health issues are very high on the agenda because of COVID. People are feeling isolated and cut off from the loved ones. I think it's good to pick up the phone, talk to people, just share. Yeah. It's very important to share and look after your neighbours, people on their own.
The free NHS screening programs are available, and they're they're targeting particular groups of people. Bowel cancer is aimed at men and women over 60 till you're 74, right. All right? And every 2 years you get a letter arrives.
Exactly.
And just apply, read the letter. And if you can't read the letter, give it to somebody who can. And, and I think even the act of doing that something small, which might be a bit icky, yes. If I can call it that, but it could save your life, couldn't it?
Yes. But it's not pleasant. I mean, our bodily functions shouldn't be unpleasant, but that test alone, a lot of people, they look, I'm not doing that, throw it in the bin. Yeah. You do it. It's simple. Just to reiterate, the screening programme, is still going ahead. Just phone your GP if you've got any symptoms. I'm on the Salford Health Communities Jewish team, and we've found the uptake is very low. Generally low in Salford, generally low in the Jewish community, They have bigger families and lots as much time for themselves. We all know our bodies and what's right and what's normal. And if it's not normal, don't ignore it.
Yeah, Jack, exactly. Thank you. And I think just a final kind of thoughts on this is that, you know, sometimes the experience of the fears of what might happen, isn't it?
Yeah.
The kind of the fears of the treatment or the impact on your family members. Knowing is better than not knowing.
But the most wonderful thing is when you've had the test I have, thank goodness it was been clear. When the surgeon says to you, you're all clear, it's like you've been given a birthday present. It's such a relief. And that's what it's all about, knowing that you're all right. It's peace of mind.
Thank you, Jackie.